That song's pretty decent. I don't normally listen to songs like that or music like that. That song was it was all right. Look, I got my septum ring in. See this? They call that a septum ring, and I put it back in. I had it out for a while. I had a lot of piercings. I'm not even big on piercings. I'm not sure why I had so many of them. But what happened was I went to jail, and when you go to jail, they make you take out all your piercings. For some reason, they don't want you to have piercings. So they made me take them out. After I took them out, I just didn't put them back in. But I put this one back in because I kind of like this piercing. Even though I'm not even really big on piercings. But whatever. You know, I was thinking about Sega game system. It's a video game system, Sega Genesis. I don't think Sega makes game systems anymore. I'm not sure what their last system was. I think maybe the Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast. That's a guess. I don't really know. But I was thinking about Sega Genesis because that's the one I had. I did have a Dreamcast. I didn't really like the Dreamcast. I probably sold it. I don't know, but I did like I did like Sega Genesis because it had Mortal Kombat. I'm sure you're familiar with Mortal Kombat, Scorpion, Sub-Zero. It's a very popular fighting game, but I like that game. And I also had a game I think called Splatterhouse, which had this character which wore a hockey mask, kind of like Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. Well, that game was called Splatterhouse, and it had a lot of blood and stuff. So of course I liked it. And there was another game for the Sega Genesis. I believe it was for the Sega Genesis. It was called, I think, if I'm correct, it was called the Night Stalkers. Night Stalkers was a fighting game, somewhat similar to Street Fighter, which is also a Nintendo game. But this is for the Sega Genesis. I think it was called Night Stalkers, a fighting game, where you could be popular horror characters like a werewolf, Frankenstein, a mummy, some vampire, and basically you could fight with these characters. I remember playing that game a lot in the arcades, and I think it was a Sega game, if I'm correct, called Night Stalkers. It was a pretty nice game. So good job, Night Stalkers. A good job, Splatterhouse. And of course, Mortal Kombat. I do like Mortal Kombat. But I don't care nothing about video games. I never really have. But I guess those are some fun games. Good job, Sega.